things Trump is saying, but this one specific thing makes sense to me. To all the people that's on Section 8, he is giving y'all 2 years to get on your feet. Trump says stop being dependent and become independent. I agree. I'm not no hating ass bitch. I'm not knocking nobody's situation. But if you really think about it, Section 8 is only to assist you to get on your feet. Section 8 is a stepping stone to get you on your feet. Section 8 is not something you should depend on for the rest of your life. Government assistance is not something you should depend on for the rest of your life. Keyword, assistance, to assist you. Y'all done got too comfortable. There's people that's been on Section 8 for like 10 plus years. That's a long time. Within that amount of time, you should have a lot of money saved up in your bank account, in your savings account. Y'all too busy buying the newest shoes, buying the hottest cars, trying to keep up with the trend, buying designer purses, buying designer clothes, but you're in public housing. If you can buy designers, you can pay your house rent without assistance. Let that sink in. If you can buy designers, you can pay your house rent without assistance. I mean, I get it. There's a lot of single mothers out here also that need those type of assistance. But if you're just comfortably living off Section 8 and don't care, that's crazy to me. That's the reason why nobody else can get in, because y'all be on Section 8 for years. Y'all not thinking outside the box. Y'all being so dependent. Stop being so dependent.
Section 8 housing is just a stepping stone, people.
All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakwadash. Also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Signs of the times. You hear it, man. The rumors of benefits being taken away, man. All right, and now specifically this whole Section 8 food stamp. I know someone very well that fits this description to a T. I've never seen this person work, and they've been on Section 8 for 10 plus years, man. All right, and it is a female, and this is what we're trying to tell our people. You women that are at ease, all right, your time is pretty much up, man. Call y'all by Shema Hawashah, but this is what we're trying to tell our people, that this is not our rest, man. The great tribulation is right around the corner, so we're trying what we are doing, what the Lord is commanding us by, prophesying and teaching these things, telling our people, hey, we have a power that'll fight for us and defend us and protect us from these things. Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. We got a lot of people that just don't even give a damn, and the rest of our people want to remain in that in idolatry, man, calling upon Jesus. We really don't like to say that. The Lord commanded us not to make any mention of these idols, but for edification purposes, our people are still calling upon Jesus, man. All right, and time again, on a daily basis, you hear us profess and confessing the name Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, man. All right, so there's not going to be a hedge of protection for these people, man. And come on, who do you think's predominantly on Section 8? Definitely women, and definitely a lot of our women, your so-called black women, man, so-called Latina and Native American women, man, all right, on this shit. And of course, we've been taught through wisdom to use the word, not abuse it. So things happen, man. All right, so there's nothing necessarily wrong with receiving help. All right, but for these individuals that have milk these benefits, your time is up. And the hell with the ones receiving the benefits. Don't get so cocky. These people talking all this shit like the great tribulation isn't going to affect them either. While they talking all this cash money, they're going to be in the same dire straits as everyone else, man. All right, the only people that's going to be able to stand during this time of great tribulation is the Lord's hopeful elect, and that's what we're fighting for. All right, that's why we're trying to put on as the elect, giving diligence to make our calling and election sure, calling upon the name Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, praying, fasting, supping with Yahweh Shema Shah through suffering, all right, patience, all right. And these are things that we try to teach our people, but the majority of them, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they don't want to hear it, man. All right, and it's gonna cost them, and it's getting ready to hit home, man. All right, many years have y'all women of our nation watch our brothers hit the grave or hit the prison system in mass numbers, man. And it seems like the woman has been skating under the radar. Like I say, I know one personally. You probably know where I'm going with that, man, very well. That has received, these benefits. I've seen her go from, nice apartments for what it's worth to a nice 3-bedroom home, and ain't never, worked a day in her life. Very haughty, but receive these benefits and remain puffed up, man. All right. But we're trying to tell our people, hey, this is not your rest, man. And that the great tribulation is amongst us, man. All right. So we'll start at Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, Esau Edom, the so-called white man. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right, so that's a whole nother lesson for a whole nother day. But we do believe through the spirit that the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, and predominantly Esau Edom, the one that's ruling the earth right now, man. All right. And being that this wicked man is in rulership, we constantly try to tell our people this right here in the book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 10. Arise ye, all right, get up, all right, wake up and depart. Come up out of this foolishness. Come up out of this wickedness. Come up out of these lies, man. For this is not your rest. A lot of our people, they're comfortable here because they're prospering, man, or they're keeping their head above water one way or another. All right, so they're comfortable. So they think that this is their rest, man. Because it is polluted. This place is polluted. It shall destroy you. Look how destroyed our people are, even with a sore destruction. And we're experiencing that sore destruction. Look at the broken households. Look at the weak men of our nation. Look at the effeminate men of our nation, or just the overly aggressive mentality that they have, as well as the women. Look at the whoredoms of our women. Look at the children, how they're disobedient, and these are products of listening to these people and not listening and obeying Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Book of Proverbs 29. In verse 2, all right, and here's a great point. When the righteous are in authority, all right, the people rejoice. And the Lord has a righteous nation. Now, they are not back yet. All right, there's only a remnant that's putting on as the righteous right now, but it's the nation of Israel, all right, the Hebrew Israelites, man, starting with Yahweh Shai, okay. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And of course, our people are gonna mourn, damn it, because this is not our rest. So there's always gonna be janky stuff when you just open your eyes. But this man's own people are starting to mourn because of the wickedness of their leaders, man. All right, Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right, remember, the earth was given to the so-called white man, and because this man is not righteous, he's wicked, the people are mourning. This is what's going to cause the people to revolt and buck up against the system, the government itself, man. All right, these rumors of taking away these benefits, we in the scriptures speak about during this time of great tribulation, people are not going to regard their kings nor princes that's, going into the government and things like that. And it's because the people are pissed off, and the Lord is letting them see that this isn't right. Good and well, if with all the money, resources, knowledge that they have, it shouldn't be anybody homeless, man. Now there's wicked just people that probably ought to be locked the hell up, man, and things like that. But you got homeless people that just fell on hard times for different situations, veterans, all type of shit that's just homeless, man. All right, and it's because this man he's wicked, and his own people are starting to see that. That's why you see on these TikToks, it's not just our people that's complaining. A lot of Edomites and a lot of people of the other nations are complaining about inflation, the price of food, the price of rent, mortgage, mortgage rates, the price of insurance, everything is just sky high right now, and it don't seem to be getting any better. Since that so-called pandemic came, things have not gotten better. They've only gotten worse. If you just open your eyes, you can be in denial, because you're prospering. Like a lot of our people that's in that industry, they don't give a damn about nothing, and it's still affecting them too. But they got to put on that image of perfection and prosperity, but it's gonna catch up to them too, man. Hey, the bigger they are, the harder they shall fall, man. The Lord is not a man that he shall lie. So these things are gonna come to pass, and that's why, hey, we're trying our best to put on as the hopeful elect, repent, crying out to Yahweh Shema Shah on a daily basis, fasting often, making the necessary sacrifices, man. The servant is not greater than the master. All right, so we're gonna have to suffer. We're gonna have to go without things, because why? This is not our rest, man. And if you knew better, you do better. You will understand how and why we are in the predicament that we're in, man. All right, a bunch of false claimers. That's why. A bunch of pretenders saying we was going to do this and entering into that covenant with Yahweh Hashem Shah, and we broke the contract, man. All right, so we had to be punished for it, and we're still experiencing that punishment to this very day. Again, if you knew better, you do better. That's why the scriptures speak about the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You have to have fear towards Yahweh Hashem Shah, and if the Lord is dealing with you, you're going to start to acquire a certain level of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of all things, man. All right, especially pertaining to salvation. All right, we're gonna move to the book of Isaiah 31 and verse 1. Woe, and of course that means destruction to them that go down to Egypt for help. All right, so woe, destruction to the people that depend on our enemy for help. See, we're in Egypt, synonymous for bondage, right? We're in captivity to this very day. So woe to the people that go down to our captives, the one that have us in this captivity for help, man. And a lot of our women do that, man. All right, by receiving these benefits, and they went into detail how a woman is able to attain those benefits. You got to have the man out the house, and all type of BS, man. All right, and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. All right, so they believe in this man because a lot of our women, because this man has strength. He has the ability to give you a stimulus check in a Section 8 voucher and things like housing voucher and shit like that. So a lot of our women, not just them, but a lot of people, period, trust in this wicked man. And the scripture is saying, hey, destruction unto you, especially you Hebrew Israelites. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh and his only begotten Son Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. Woe to you. And that's the spirit that a lot of our people are in, man. All right, and the same thing goes for those Israelites that's on these damn platforms or these social media sites talking about good, I'm glad they taking your shit away. Well, what you gonna do when the famine come, when they take your food away? All right, and they take your house away, and you've been working your ass off, since day one. What you gonna do? What you gonna say then? If you're not serving Yahweh Shema Shah, you might as well keep your damn mouth shut, because it's right around the corner for you too, buddy. All right, I mean, I'm talking about they talking mad crazy shit, as they should. But hey, they best to be serving Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man, putting on as a hopeful elect, cleaning up their own mess, trying to repent for their own sins before they get out here. And that's what we do through the Spirit, man. The Lord has us on the process. Before we started prophesying and teaching, and the Lord took us on a nice little journey, man, of humility. Some brothers more than others, but we all went through a process to get to this point. We're not just saying these things, we actually live it. We actually fast often. We actually pray in the name of Yahweh Shah. Brothers actually go out on the highways and byways, prophesying. Everyone else, they just I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's gonna be exposed here pretty soon. Who is of the Lord and who isn't, man. And again, that's why we put on as a hopeful elect, and we want to pay now rather than pay later. Everyone is gonna pay for their own transgressions, man. Make no mistake about it. And a lot of people gonna pay for their parents' transgressions or their parents' transgressions, because we do know the Lord will punish generation after generation of you wicked Israelites, man. All right, so a lot of you Israelites' legacy is sin, man. All right, and that's why you see, and I'm dealing with, I've dealt with one. What old girl was, well, a lot of people was talking about on those videos how there's generations of people receiving these benefits, man. They pass this shit on from daughter to daughter of our nation. One child be on child support. I mean, not child support, Section 8. All right, by the time she has children, that's all that child knows, man. If no decent man is in their life, man, there is just gonna be a revolving door of BS, man. And do you think these women are some holy women, some righteous women? No, absolutely not. They're wicked, they're haughty, they're lazy. All right, and again, not everyone is as lazy as the next person, but the whole point really isn't that the Section 8 is in jeopardy, all right, or the benefits are in jeopardy. Is that this is not our rest, and the Lord is getting ready to execute judgment upon you wicked Israelites first and foremost, as well as this entire wicked ass earth, man. All right. We'll go to the book of Matthew and chapter 24. 21. Alright, this is words from Malachi Hawashah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Alright, so the disciples asked Yahweh, hey, what are going to be the signs of your coming? Alright, your second coming. When are you coming back? Can you give us some signs? I'm paraphrasing. And we go down to verse 21. So these are the events that precede the Lord's second coming. For then shall be great tribulation. And I got the online for the word tribulation, state or condition of great affliction, oppression, suffering, or distress, physical, emotional, or spiritual. And it's going to be all that. It's going to be physical pain. It's going to be emotional pain, and definitely spiritual pain for you Israelites out there, which is going to manifest into your physical and emotional pain. For you Israelites out there that didn't take heed to the warning that went out day in and day out. There's warning and instruction being taught, not for lack of better words, man. All right, for you Israelites that didn't take heed, man, hey, that's your fate, man. You're going to be caught up in this great tribulation. You're not going to have a leg to stand on, as they say, because you don't have no faith. You don't have no experience in suffering. You've been living, in pleasure, especially you women, man. They've been living in pleasure. Woe to you, all right? She that is at ease, man. All right, but again, verse 21, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. All right. And so this great tribulation is going to be a time like the earth has never seen before, man. All right. And man, you really have to meditate on that and do your research about all the horrific things that has took place on this earth. World War I, World War II. All right. All the other wars that these different nations have fought. Just Babylon the Great, the so-called U.S. alone. All right. All the wars that they fought. They're not the only people that have been in war. All the rest of these nations have been warring forever. All right. Check a look. They got documentaries on the Great Depression here in Babylon the Great. Take a look at that. The Lord is not a man that he shall lie. Oh man, what are we getting ready to go through if the Lord is not a man that he shall lie? And he's saying that the time that we're coming in, this great tribulation, all right, Jacob's trouble, It's gonna be a time like the earth has never seen before. So when we mention cannibalism, hey, that's already happened. We're just telling you it's gonna happen again if you can receive it. All right, but that's not even that the depths of it, because again, that's already happened. People have done, boiled their children and ate them. That's in the book of one. Is it First Kings or Second Kings? All right. But again, how fearful should we be towards Yahweh Hashem and Hawashah, knowing that happened before, knowing that there was a great tribulation in this so-called in this country, all right, this land, all right, knowing that the world was at war before, and then the world was at war for a second time, and it's prophesied the third woe that the world will go to war again, all right. I mean, we can just go up, man. The events preceding the Lord's second coming, man. Verse 5, for many shall come in my name, saying I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. That's any false prophet, any false teacher, man, claiming to be righteous, man. And we seen that from the day, that Yahweh shall walk the earth until now more than ever. All right. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. We've seen these wars, and there's rumors of wars are brewing. All right. There's rumors of a third world war brewing, man. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. All right, these things have to come to pass, because the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. All right, it has to take place, but the end is not yet. All right, more crazy stuff has to happen before the Lord makes his second coming. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Amen. That's going into definitely the world war, but the little wars, the little conflicts that'll take place before then, as well as these different lands, especially here in the big melting pot where all these nations are at. There's going to be nations going against nations, so-called race wars. Okay, these are all prophecies, man. All right. Against Kina, and here we go. There shall be famines. There's been famines before. This is going to be a time like the earth has never seen before. What type of famine is getting ready to hit this earth with all these gluttonous ass people, man? All these obese people here in Babylon the Great, man. Mississippi, Hawaii. I know those are two of the most obese states in the U.S., man. And them people say, especially Hawaii, and we got brothers out in Hawaii, man. May the Lord be with all Akim, man. Hey, man, but hey, they chilling over there in Hawaii, palm trees, beaches, so of course they're fat. Mississippi, they ain't got shit to do but eat. You know what I mean? But the whole U.S., man, is some of the fattest people, obese people on planet Earth, man. Is because, hey, they're settled on their leaves over here, man. And plus, hey, the people who are ruling, who control the FDA, they're feeding people poison and junk, man. All right. Earthquakes in diverse places, all type of storms, not just earthquakes, man. There's been earthquakes before, tornadoes, tsunamis. All of these things is going to be hitting at the same time, man. All these are the beginnings of sorrow. So, man, hey, this great tribulation ain't going to be no joke. That's why, through the fear of Yahweh Shema Shah, we persuade men. It's just some not gonna get it. Some are not gonna hearken unto the words of Yahweh Shema Shah through the prophets, man. Some of them, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, gotta see it to believe it, man. All right, and that's not true faith. Faith is what substance of things hoped for, the things not seen. And I'm paraphrasing, but definitely, there's a lot of things that we can't see. And hey, just like Yahweh, Yahweh, we can't see the Lord right now, man. We can't see the Lord, but we have faith that the Lord is real, that he exists, that he's in control of everything, all things, 24 hours a day, created time, by the way. All right. All right. And we honestly believe that through faith, man. All right. Our people are wicked, and they have to see this great tribulation in order to have the fear. So when they see their benefits being taken away from them, they see the manifestation of the mark of the beast, and they're actually making people take these devices, all right, the RFID microchip inside of their body, and without it, you're not going to be able to buy or sell. Then they're going to get scared. All right, then they're gonna know a prophet had been amongst them, man, and then they're gonna try to call out, to whoever, whatever. I don't know. A lot of people not even gonna remember the name Yahweh Shem Shah, but if they do, even have the spirit to call upon the Lord in that day, guess what? The Lord said He's not going to hear them. He's going to mock when your calamity come because you didn't regard the warning. You didn't take heed of the counsel, which is the prophets that He set up. You laughed at those men, starting with Yahweh Shai. You lied on those men, starting with Yahweh Shai. You mocked those men, starting with Yahweh Shai. So the Lord's going to laugh at you. All right? You know, if you're ashamed of the names Yahweh Bashim Shai, the Lord say He's going to be ashamed of you, man. All right? And He's not going to fight for you. He's not going to defend you, all right, during this time of great tribulation. He's not going to feed your hungry ass. Again, through that fear and that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these things, we try to persuade our people. Hey, man, hey, the Lord is merciful. We was in the same thing that the world was into, man. The Lord is merciful, but you have to actually repent and come out of that and stop doing it. My sister, stop being a whore. Put some damn clothes on, man. All right. Stop being a whore. All right. Stop eating these abominable things, man. Stop being a nigga. Stop being a bitch. All right, be above that, and that, that's what the Lord. We're supposed to be a special people above these other nations on the earth. But instead of being above via our behavior, we're at the bottom. To the point where we hate each other. Like this whole roasting thing our people do, or whatever you call it. They call it different places, but I think the universal term is roasting. Just like talking about Israelites. Why are people so quick to fire you up about any and everything? All right? Any imperfection that you got, you're getting fired up by your brother or sister, bro. From your shoes to your hair to the way you look. Like I just saw a Glorilla talking about she just got a nose job, man. They apply so much pressure, and she said that they used to get on her about her nose, man, or whatever. Like I don't get it. But if it's anything that you don't like about yourself, let me say, this is not your rest, dog. You're not supposed to be perfect, because if you walk around here like you're perfect, hey man, you're liable to be puffed up, and that's a lot of our women. They don't really look like that without all that makeup on and shit like that. But they're so weak that they've lied to themselves, man. The filters on these apps and shit, they really think that they look like that after a certain point in time. They've been doing it for so long, and the Lord getting ready to take all those things away. He's gonna take away the jewelry, the makeup, man, your luxury apartments, etc., man, and you're gonna be out here in dire straits. And that's what we're prophesying. I think we're playing. Think the Lord is playing. All right, because it's almost time, man. We can feel it, man. The famine of the word is right around the corner, and the Lord getting ready to move, man. All right, on behalf of Yahweh Shai alone. All right. For Yahweh Shai alone, we just pray to be pardoned for our transgressions, man, and just get out the way, man, because it's finna go down, man. It's finna go down. All right? And let's see here. What is this, Matthew? Yeah, and we can leave it off in Romans. Okay, this is the book of Romans, chapter 13. So hearing all these things, seeing that the people are complaining more, seeing that these prophets seem to have a more sure word of prophecy because things aren't getting better. All right. And this is what we have to say to that. Romans 13 and what I say, 11. Yep, and that, knowing the time, the last days, all right, the last of the last days, that we are at that time, of the great tribulation, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. So you have to come up out of that confusion, man, that slumber of confusion and lies, man. Wake up. And the Lord, he has teachers out there that teach you what you need to do and not to do. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe, man, all right. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not rioting and drunkenness, not chambering and wantonness, and there's our women all day, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and make no provision for the flesh. All right, don't give. Don't have any kinks in your armor, man. You want to put on that whole armor of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and give no provision for the flesh to prosper, man. All right, to fulfill the lust thereof. And a lot of our people are given over into their fleshly desires, man, to the point where, oh man, Your boy P Diddy, oh man, he even got absolutely exposed for it. But you know he ain't the only one. That's just the signs of the times, and everybody in that industry that's talking shit. Come on, all of them have been compromised one way or another. Ain't none of them serving how about Hashem and how Shai, and we seeing the weirdness. And look at what the Lord has given a lot of these men over to. Look at Dwayne Wade and his child, his son, who don't want to be a son. Look at who Magic Johnson. He got it. They don't know how tall his son is. His son look taller than him. He don't want to be a boy. He don't want to be a man. And you see what I'm saying? You see the type of spirit, that the Lord, give your family members over to for, receiving these benefits and not knowing Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right. So, hey, man. It's time, man. It's time for us to awake out of that sleep, man, and come back to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. And Lord willing, the Lord will have mercy upon you and your household during this time of great tribulation, because it's gonna be nasty. And I've been to Iraq, man. It ain't gonna be nothing compared to that, man. Thus saith Yahweh Shema Shai, and that was pretty nasty. Hey, things blowing up on the side of the road, all type of shit, man. So you could just imagine what we're getting ready to go through during this period of time like the earth has never seen before, man. Cannibalism, earthquakes, storms in diverse places, and we're seeing, these things happen at a more rapid pace. Look at the mass school incidents, and you know what I'm talking about, and you know who do that the most. Hey, our people do mass incidents too. It just don't get put on the news like that, man. I can't tell you how many times 13 people shot here, 10 people shot here, 9 kids shot, and these are all things that didn't happen where I live at. Okay, just where I live at. All right, so and we just gotta move in the fear of Yahweh Shema Shah, and Lord willing, the Lord will be with us, man. Now and during the height of Jacob's trouble, because this is the beginning stages of it, man. Just like E going around rounding up the northern kingdom Israelites, man. It's finna go down, man. Then they're talking about task force, which come on, man. As far as all this killing that's going on, they need it. It was always the plan. That's why Esau Edom let through the spirit of power Yahweh Shema Shah. Esau Edom, let y'all niggas, get on here and do all these crimes and then film it. All right, y'all just filming all type of serious, horrific crimes on their phones alone, man. Not to mention the cameras all around Babylon the Great. They catch these things, man. All right, and then rap about it. They know, they know you gang banging niggas is trying to take over the world. You Hoover criminals, and oh man, I just saw them motherfuckers crazy out there in California, man. Wow, man, all of them, they just, oh my goodness. But the Lord got y'all in a trick bag, and that's what that task force is for. They know what y'all capable of. They know that y'all all got swords, and they got something for you, man. Y'all gonna be the first to go. All you gang banging niggas, of course, because y'all are the biggest threat, to them, because they know y'all ain't finna play no games, man. Y'all, if y'all put your own brother to sleep in the middle of the day, they know when extreme conflict arises that y'all gonna go for y'all, so they gonna go ahead and make those task force now and then round y'all up and then hit y'all out with the RICO charges, man. You see that happening more and more, the whole RICO charges, and of course they gonna lump us up in that too, the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man, and we're gonna be labeled as T's, man, or a part of a gang or whatever, man. All right, so we're gonna be prepared for that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. But for the rest of you guys, hey, good luck, man. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Till next time, shalom.